Okay, example number 4. See the male singers and see the female singers. Okay, we got buttons, male and female, and in this project we will be showing pictures, names, and a little like or unlike kind of button there. And that's the layout, and it will switch between the 2 male singers and the 6 female singers. Excellent. Okay, and if you highlight the names, it gets a little smaller with the gray background, white font, and the buttons, those are kind of like little buttons. They shrink when you highlight them. Okay, very good. So that's the setup here. So let's get started. And it's the same plan like we always do. We'll set up our 3 files, and we'll get in Bootstrap and Angular. Okay, so to start, I just grabbed a bunch of pictures here. These are 8 of the most popular singers when you do a Google search. And then I grabbed a dislike image and a like image. Okay, index.html, get that file, get a style.css file, and get an app.js file. Okay, start with the HTML. Okay, let's make a title for our program. Popular singers. Okay, now let's throw in all the files. So we got 2 scripts and 2 links, and scripts for JavaScript and the links for CSS styling. Okay, very good. And let's make a little comment on each file that's being included. 4 files, 4 comments. First thing, we're gonna have AngularJS. That's thousands of lines of code. Excellent. Then we're gonna have our JavaScript file. Then we're gonna have Bootstrap, which is CSS, thousands of lines of code, and we'll have our CSS file. Okay, throw in the Angular, app.js, throw that in, throw in the Bootstrap, and throw in the style.css. Everything's linked up. Let's get started on our Angular app. The variable app equals angular.module, and we're going to call it singers app. Excellent. Okay, don't forget those square brackets afterwards. Okay. And then app.controller, and in the brackets we're going to give in quotes the name of the controller. Let's call it singer controller, and we are going to have a function. Oh, ignore that, pushed the wrong button. Function scope, just ignore that block there, and we're going to do scope.testing equals this a message to show Angular is working. So we'll say check if AngularJS is working. Excellent. Okay, very good. Now grab that singers app in the module name and throw it on the HTML tag. ng app is singers app. Grab that name of your controller, singer controller, and throw that on the body. So ng-controller equals singer controller. And last thing to toss in the HTML is the testing. Instead of scope.testing, curly braces, and let's run it, and it is working. We got our message. Excellent. Okay, very good. Now hop back to that app.js. Now all this example number 4, all it's going to have is data. So we're going to make a bunch of singers, scope.singers, and let's plan it out. We're going to use curly braces, and 1 line equals all the stuff for 1 singer. So we'll have a picture of the singer, like the pictures we saw 1 to 8, and they're in the pics file, pics/1.png. Then the singer is going to have a name, like Beyonce is the first singer. Then the singer is going to have a gender. We'll say male or female. And then we're going to say that the singer, we have a quality. Do we like them or do we dislike them? There we go. So if it's like, it'll be pics/like.png. Okay, very good. More space. And let's copy that down 8 times because we're going to have 8 people. And don't forget the commas on the last one. We don't need a comma on the last one. Okay, toss in quickly the names of the singers. Now toss in all they're all female except for Bruno Mars and Justin Bieber. Okay, put like and dislike. Okay, I did that very fast. The idea there, I kind of want to do it fast and hide it so we won't see the results till later. Okay, we'll see how that works. Okay, now don't forget, get those H1s going like we always do to say example number 4. With Angular Mikey, that's me. Okay, HR to make a line, and then we'll start our div tag. So at the top we'll have a div, and we'll just call it the top area as a class, and then we'll have on the bottom a table. 1 table with 1 row, and it looks 3 columns. Excellent. Okay, that table at the bottom, we will just give it a class of the singer table. That's where the singers will show up. Now on the top div, we'll have a span, 2 buttons, and a span, as we'll see. And then we're going to add an image on the first column, image on the last column, and we're going to add some classes so we can organize the pictures. Always important when you're grabbing pictures from the internet. Got to make sure the sizes are a bit smaller usually. Okay, class in the middle. Okay. Now let's call the first one singer pick, and the last image we'll call quality icon, and the middle will have a name size, and then at the top we'll have a span of the top size, and the bottom span will have a top size also, and the buttons will go in the middle. Excellent. Okay, so let's refresh. Nothing much happening at the moment, but what I'm thinking here, just to plan it out, I'm thinking let's do lots of CSS. Yeah, let's hop over to CSS now. We made actually a lot of classes there. I kind of wrote them down on the side here, so I'm kind of cheating a bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in all my classes. So one at a time, we're going to put in top area. There we go. That's the one. That's a CSS class. And then we're going to add a top size. And then we're going to add a button. That's an HTML tag. That's why it's red. And then we're going to add a singer table. And we are going to add the, what was it again? There it is, singer pick. That's one of the images. And we're going to add the name size. Excellent. Oh, I spelled it wrong. We'll fix that later. And then we'll throw in a quality icon. And now let's put some words in so we can start seeing something. So see the blank singers. And we're going to fill in those buttons to say a male button and a female button. The last thing we'll do is work the buttons. We'll leave that for now. Okay, so that's going to be at the top. When you click the buttons, it'll work. We'll make that functionality later in Angular. But what we can do next, I'm thinking what to do next here. Oh, you know what? Let's get started on a bottom table and let's get our data. So we're going to do an ng repeat and we're going to do singer in singers. Excellent. So that's going to grab our data, singer, and now we're going to need double curly braces on the 3 columns. So in the source image, we'll have singer.pick is the first picture of the singer. Then we'll have a curly braces that's a singer.name to write out the name. And then in the 3rd column, in the image source, we're going to do double curlies for singer.quality. That's like and dislike. Okay, when we run it, it's good but too big. Switch over to CSS. Make the width smaller on the quality icon. Now the singer pick, get that width a little smaller. Excellent. And you know what? Add a little border on the singer pick. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. The name size will make a little wider and make the font size a little bigger. That's why it's always good to do the classes. So you can dump in the styling after. Okay, now border radius on the quality icon. If you look closely, they have square edges. Now they're circular. Get rid of that little border. Okay, singer table, get that width 100%. Now the singer table TD, those are the columns of the singer table. We're going to add a little padding. Excellent. And we're going to do a border of, 2 pixels solid gray. And refresh. Excellent. Okay, now we're looking good. Text line center everything. Perfect. Each piece in each column. Okay, the button, a little wider button and a little taller button. So 70 and 60. Excellent. Okay, top size. Let's get that see the singers bigger. That's in the span tag. Okay, top area at the top, we're going to do a nice big purple 10 pixel solid border. Excellent. And you know what? It's always good to center that. Text line center that. And we're going to add some padding so it's not stuck to any edges. Excellent. And zoom out a little bit so we can still see the top 6 singers from Beyonce at the top to Katy Perry. And we're going to add a name size hover. So when you hover over, we're going to make the font size a little bit bigger, a little smaller. And we'll make the background gray, which means we need to make the color white. Okay, now when you highlight over any singer, it's like it pops smaller and then pops in and out. Excellent. And quality icon, copy that also, and then add a hover. So when you hover over those icons and make the width a little bit smaller, it'll feel like a button when we push it. Okay, excellent. Come back to the HTML. Okay, ready for the buttons. And you click on the male button, and ng click on the female button. Excellent. So we're going to do, when you click on the male button, it's going to be a male or female equals the text string male. So single quotes inside the double quotes. And then male or female will equal, in single quotes, female, single quotes, again inside those double quotes for the words. And now ng if on the ng repeat, singer.gender, that'll say if it's male or female back in the data file, and if it equals, if it's exactly the same as male or female, that's the thing that will be clicked on. And there we go, male, female. Okay, we are in business here. We're actually done. Awesome. Now, zooming in to show it off, and male or female, the button's working. Now let's see all the stuff we did glued together. Oh, nice. Here's the project. Click the male button, and you see your male singers. Click the female button, you see your female singers. And also juicy is, of course, the buttons are working. But now let's show off the things we haven't even seen yet. So let's see what happens as you highlight the different singers in the table at the bottom. Excellent. So, man, there we go. Excellent. So it kind of pops smaller and pops in and out. And then our little buttons will kind of feel like little buttons when you hover over them. Excellent. And we got the pictures and the names and the I like them and dislike them. Sorry, Justin Bieber.